to get a new
Henry,
horse.
is that you?
Yes,
Can you
yes.
hear me all
Miss
right?
Silvani. I can. I can hear you.
All right. Where did you want to go?
All right, take
Um,
care. Love you too.
oh, where do you
Bye,
suggest?
fellas.
We can go up on the hill over
See
here
ya.
where the little campfire is if you want to, where the logs are.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
would be
forgetting
fine.
to tell
Kind of
you
quiet
what
there.
time it was.
I agree. Yeah, let's
Oh,
go.
shit.
Um,
Miss Dustinbagg.
Messiah, will you be staying around here? Maybe a little bit. Okay.
Was Ramon, or the real Ramon, was he able to wake
Sounds
up?
good.
Later.
All right, I'll see you.
And let's head back.
Would you like to
We have
hop on, Miss
everybody.
Alvani, or
All
just
right, I
right up
will.
there?
Of
Sure.
course, after
Come
you're
on,
done.
Eustace.
I'm right behind you. That is a pretty horse.
It is. It's got large feet.
What kind of horse is it?
Uh, that's a great question.
A
It kind of
Kentucky
looks like
Strangler or a Texas Straddler or
No, none of
I'm not sure.
those.
It looks like maybe it's a gypsy cob, perhaps.
Does have furry feet.
Mm-hmm.
that campsite's up here just on the right.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
It's usually quiet there. And it's not a whisper necessarily.
True.
I never know when it comes to the questions if people want other people to know or not.
I think
All right.
right.
I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. You think about the question. You don't have to tell me the question, but if I know it, I can help a little bit more. But you don't have to tell me either.
No, I'm fine telling you. I guess right now, Miss Alvani, I'm maybe at one of the lowest points of my life that I've ever been.
All right.
My sister left the States about 2 months ago now. I don't know where she is. I don't know if she's all right. I don't know when I'll see her again. A week ago
Okay.
today, my fiance and I ended our relationship of 8 years.
Oh my.
We always thought of this place as home. We lived here back in 1902, went away, saw
Oh.
the world, came back trying to put down some roots, and it just feels like nothing has really gone right since. And I guess my question is, where do I go from here?
All right. Should we do a past, present, and future? And let's see what they have to say here.
Yeah. I trust your judgment and whatever you think is best.
I think that's best. Let's get a good perspective of everything.
All
We
right.
can always ask another question also if we need to, but let's get started. All right, I'm going to run my finger along the cards, and you let me know which one you like the look of for the past in this situation.
All right. That one.
All right, I have that one. Now let's try again, and we're going to do this time for the present.
Okay. That one.
All right. And then we're going to do a third one for the future.
Okay. That one.
All right, we're going to look at your past here. You've pulled a card that's known as Rest. Rest is a treasured component of any spiritual quest. If you've drawn this card, it is time to take a break. Finish what you're doing. Step away for a bit. It is time to sleep, perchance to dream. Give yourself a break. Now that is the past in this situation. Does that make sense to you? It's talking about a break. It could also be talking about a split of sorts. Taking a break from a relationship even.
This might be me trying to insert it in where it fits, but yeah, that it could pertain to us making the decision to come back.
Oh, it's up to you what you think is the best understanding of the card, but does it make sense to you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Did you have any questions about it at all?
I guess, if the rest signifies the choice that we made to rest, I guess I just wonder if it was the right choice.
Well, I can tell you a little more about the card. It's a darkened room. A child sleeps soundly in the cradle. The curtains are drawn around the parent's bed. It is time to sleep, to give the body a rest, to let the mind dream of new worlds and new ideas. 2 gargoyles have been carved into the top of the bed. They keep watch over the family as they dream. Does that help explain it a little bit more?
Something about that did to me. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
has a notion to let the mind dream of new worlds, new ideas. I don't know if that's helpful to you.
No, actually, that description there, yeah, that clicked just now.
Oh, all right. Sometimes that does help. All right, if you're more in tune with the reading now, we could go to the present if you want to hear what it has to say.
Yeah, I would.
All right. This card asks that you take a defensive stance. Be aware of your surroundings. Take preventative measures and be prepared. You never know what lurks in the brambles. Perhaps a smooth passing can be negotiated, perhaps not, but you have to be the judge. Does that make sense to you in this situation?
It does, but I'm not sure I like what it says.
That is where your mind is right at this moment, though. I want you to know that that's only the present. The future is malleable and can change. Tomorrow is a new day, and tomorrow is not the present. But it's just telling you where your mind is reflective of at this very moment, if that makes sense.
Can I ask you what that card depicts?
Sure. A bumblebee pushes off from a flower on a thistle bush. It hovers in midair. Nearby, a startled fairy lingers. He has his spear at the ready, standing guard. Time seems to slow down. Trouble is brewing, but neither one of them want to hurt each other. You feel all right?
Yeah.
Does it
Yeah, I
make
do.
sense to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Any questions regarding any of this for your present state of mind, present being?
How do two people who are on the defensive but don't want to hurt each other, how do they learn to let go?
We could draw another card for that question. But
Yeah.
we could also take a look at the future card we have still waiting for us and see what it has to say first.
Yeah. Let's do that, please.
All right. All right. This card is the card of reevaluation. There comes a time in your life when you need to reevaluate your choices in order to make better decisions. The time is now. Be aware of what is going on around you. Don't let yourself get caught up in too many things. Reevaluate your position and get help from those you trust when you feel like you are stuck. Did you want to know what the card looks like?
Yes, please.
A baby stands in the water of a lake. The tattered strands of a kite entangle his body. The kite is heavy, and it keeps the child from moving on their own. Two swans have rushed in to help remove the strings and to free the child from his place he is stuck in. Does that make sense to you?
It's interesting that there's a baby depicted in two of those cards representing the past and the future.
That's right. Do you have any thoughts on what that could represent?
What's the significance of it being a cat that the child is caught in? You think of
Well,
a cat, I suppose, and you think of, like flying,
flying
being free.
free, yeah. Not being heavy. And the child is also entangled in the kite. It's almost as if they're both entangled in each other. Neither one can really move, and one belongs in one spot and one belongs in another spot altogether. That is the future that the cards see today. The future is malleable and can change. I don't want you to feel stuck in the future when
No.
it is something that we can make choices today to change that.
Yeah, indeed.
But a baby can also sometimes represent innocence in a situation, newness of a situation. Babies are new to the world. They have an innocence about them, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
You did say you had an altogether another question when we were talking about the present. We can try to pull a card or two, see what it has to say about that if you would like. If
Yeah,
you're
I think I'd like that, please.
if you have any more questions about these cards we have before us, we can take a look at them again.
Okay. I guess let me know when I should when you're drawing.
Did you want to go ahead and move forward?
Oh, I'm sorry.
can-
I thought we were drawing
No,
for the other question.
No, before I put the cards back in, I was just asking if you had any more questions surrounding the cards we have out before we
Oh.
shuffle them back in again.
I understand. No, I don't think so.
All right, I'm going to add them back to the stack, and I'm going to reshuffle so we clear the energy here.
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment, I'm shuffling.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm ready. I've got the cards fanned here. Before we start drawing them, though, I don't know if this is more of a yes/no question you have in your mind, or another question altogether that may have a past, present, and future.
I don't think so. It's not a yes/no question, but it just
We can
it
just pull a.
pertains.
I'm sorry. We can just pull a card for guidance. Also, I just want you to know that.
Yeah, I think that might be fine.
All right, I'm going to run my finger along the cards, and you think of that. The question that you have, you keep that in your mind as I run my finger, and you let me know which one you like to look up for the guidance here.
All right. That one.
All right. You've drawn the card of enticement. If you've received this card, you're being encouraged to leave behind the familiar. There's someone here, I'm sorry.
No, I see. It's all right.
Are you all right with me continuing, or we can
Yeah,
move
we should-
location?
No, we should be fine.
All right.
I think I recognize them.
If you've received this card, you're being encouraged to leave behind the familiar, to move on to the world of something more. What is drawing you to the new realm? Embrace the change, the chance to do something new. Does that make sense to you? The
Yes.
question that you have in your mind?
Yes. Yes, it does.
I can tell you more about what the card appears to be here.
Please.
A young man is wearing a brimmed hat and leans out toward a maiden crouched against a tree. She appears fearful and shies away from him. Two fairy maidens hold the young man's arms, attempting to sway him over to their desires. There is a subtle seduction at play here. The images in this card do not always exactly represent what they appear to represent. It's more of an interpretation of things.
Sure. it sounds as though the enticement that it speaks of is seen as a positive thing, something that can be both alluring and good.
It's yes, I think so as well. Because it's saying if you've received this card, you are being encouraged to leave behind the familiar, to move on to the world of something more, not something new, something more. What is drawing you to that new realm? Embrace the change and the chance to do something new.
All right. Um, I know earlier Alex asked a yes or no question to finish out their reading. I actually have one as well.
Sure, we can do
And
that.
okay. And I think I'd like to keep this one private to myself.
Yes, that's fine. You don't have to tell me any of these, but
Yeah.
I will tell you that sometimes the cards will somewhat inform the other person of what you're thinking, but not always. And it's just me. I'm not going to tell anyone else what I've heard today.
Thank you for your discretion. I appreciate it.
All right, I've got the cards ready for you here. I'm going to run my finger through them and you let me know which one you
Okay.
want to pull for this question, yes or no.
Yes, that one there.
Sometimes these cards can be a little bit vague, so we will have to take a look at it and see if it is a definitive answer. Only you would know that. But if not, we can try to surmise an answer for you.
Okay.
You've drawn the card to rejoice. This card is a wonderful omen to receive. Rejoice and celebrate with your tribe. You've worked hard and you've done so much. Know that the bad times will pass and the good will return. You are in the moment. Let the wild rumpus happen. Does that make
Yeah,
sense to you?
I think it does. Can you tell me what's depicted on the card?
Yes. Many fairies are floating about in the air, playing with the willow wisps surrounding them. They speak with the dragonflies and with each other. They seem to be having a wonderful time with one another.
I think yeah, I think that pretty definitively answered my question.
All right. I'm sorry if it's bringing up emotions. I'm not sorrowful that they're there, but I just know that people don't always want to show them.
Oh, I wear my emotions. I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
I
I
do
can't
as
help it. I
well.
I wish I didn't, but I can't help it.
I do hope you've enjoyed what you've learned today.
I have indeed, and I thank you for taking the time for me.
Sometimes a negative answer or a no answer or something like that, it doesn't always mean exactly that. It just means that maybe you need to think about things from a different perspective or something.
Yeah, yeah. That was I feel like the answers I got today were more sort of gentle than I thought they'd be, in a good
Huh?
way.
Now that is good.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Well, you're very welcome.
I'd like to offer you some sort of compensation. I appreciate you offering to, do this for me for free. You've been wonderful today to me, and I just so appreciate it.
Well, I'm not asking for anything at all, Henry. I don't want you to think that that's necessary on your part. Just a little small something
Oh
would be
no,
fine if it makes you feel better.
absolutely, absolutely.
Just a beverage or a snack or something. I know you work at the restaurant, so that wouldn't be hard to come by, maybe.
Not at all. I'll tell you what. Um, are do you imbibe, ma'am?
Well,
Respectfully asking.
I, I collect, so I can always put it aside. If I need it, I'll have it, and if someone else comes along that needs it, I'll pass it along to them as well.
All right. Well, I'd like to give you a couple things.
Sure, that would be fine.
Number one,
Oh,
a little food for the road,
oh my,
and
look at that.
number two, something I picked up more recently in Saint Denis.
Oh, look at that. Oh my, the color of it.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's kind of the signature drink of the Bastille. So
oh, I had no idea.
yeah,
Look at that. It's bubbly. It's actually beautiful in there. Green is one of my favorite colors.
well, if you do drink it, just be
Oh,
mindful. It's known to have
oh,
sometimes a little bit of a hallucinatory effect.
oh
Oh
my.
no.
All right. Well, you never know. Maybe I'll need to see something. Maybe somebody will have maybe someone will have a question and I need to see what I see.
Maybe it'll help you look into the beyond. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. There's
Well,
always a
thank you.
chance. You're very welcome, Henry. I hope I was able to help you today.
You were. You were. Please know that. Um. Well, if you're back through Strawberry again, please come in and see me at the saloon.
Oh, we
Jules
live
is a good
here.
friend of. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we
How is
live
this
in
the first?
Strawberry.
Goodness, how is this the first time I'm meeting you?
I don't know.
Ugh,
We've been around for a while now.
well, it's nice to finally make your acquaintance then.
It's nice to meet you as well. I'm glad we were able to get together. Well, it's just the right time, Henry. Now was
Yeah,
the time for you to run into me and be able to ask these questions.
I I believe in things like that, so I wholeheartedly agree. Yeah.
I believe the world is always talking to us. It's always around us. The ether is always swirling. You're just not quite sure what to make of it sometimes. That's why I'm here to try to help.
Indeed. Well, I won't take up any more of your time, but it was very nice meeting you. And, sir, I'm sorry, I don't think I got your name actually.
Eustace Dustinbagg, and that's my wife, Elvini.
Yes.
We've been
Eustace.
married over 60 years.
You're very lucky,
Yes,
both
she's
of you.
very precious.
You know, hold on to that love. It's real. And,
Yeah,
I'm sure you know that better than anyone else.
yeah. You love and respect.
Well, you two stay safe, and I'm
You
sure I'll
as
see you
well.
around very soon.
Oh, yes. It was good to see you, Henry. You take
Yeah,
care.
you too.
Take
Take care.
care. The fireplace is delightful.
It is. It's actually a little bit warm here. Forgot my jacket.
Where to?
It doesn't matter. We can see if anyone else wants to hear about anything, or we can head anywhere we like. I can always change clothes too. I need something warm.